Okay, so how did you do? You should have labeled the tree the producer. It's kind of faded down here. It's kind of blending in. Everything that the energy flows, the arrows coming from the tree into the different organisms would be a primary consumer. So this worm, this bird, this butterfly, the rabbit, the squirrel, they're all primary consumers because they feed on producers. Now, special note here, this worm, where it's placed within the food web, it's a consumer. Yes, it also can be a detritivore or decomposer if it breaks down the dead parts, but right here it's showing that it's eating the living. It's trying to indicate that it's eating the living substances, so it fills the role of the primary consumer. The secondary consumers take in the energy from the primary consumers when the frog eats the worm. When the frog eats the butterfly, the energy flows from the butterfly into the frog, etc., etc. And then the tertiary consumer eats the secondary consumer. Notice I purposely left a couple of these blank, and the reason is if you notice here, this snake here could be a secondary consumer, or it could be if we're looking from tree to rabbit to snake, or it could be a tertiary consumer if we're looking from worm to frog to snake. And so sometimes it's a little what we call ambiguous and dependent. It can fulfill both roles, and that is okay. So whether or not, if you labeled it secondary consumers or tertiary consumers or both, that's fine. Again, the arrow points in the direction of the energy flow, not in the direction of what is consuming what.